Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Learn with Selassie. In this video, we'll be looking at forms and I'll be teaching you some few elements we have in forms. At the end of this lesson, I will also be teaching you how to build a simple contact us page using forms. So let's get in. Okay, so let's go to our file and then open with brackets, and then we are just going to clean this up from the previous lesson. So first we'll be starting with we need to create the tag where we'll be having our forms. So you have to type form, open and close. So the first thing we'll be looking at is the text input. So this is where you enter text. Let's say you go to a website and you have the contact us page and they ask you to put your name. So for that we use the input type, and then inside that we put text, and then close it. So let's see how this works. I'll save it, go open the file. So as you can see, you have the option to put in text. So I'll just increase the font size here. So you can see very well. Sorry. I just want to increase the font size a little bit. Yeah. So you can just put the name here. And also you can have like a default value inside. So let's say I want to put a default value inside. We use this attribute value. Then inside this you can put enter first name. Okay, so if I save this and reload, you can see we have the placeholder inside. So once I click, then I can just clean it and put my name. Or one other option I normally use is the placeholder. So instead of value, I put placeholder. Okay. So if I reload this, once I click, then I can put in the name. So this is how we use text input. And then the next one is let's say password. So I want to say, let's say I want to put my password. I'll just copy this and then paste. So instead of type text, I'll change this to password. Okay, then I'll save it, reload. I'll just change the placeholder also to password so you can see. So password, and then I'll break this in the BL so that you can see the difference. Okay, so as you can see, we have password here. Once I enter, so immediately I start typing, it comes like this. Since it's password, you can't see what I'm typing. So that's how you put password. And then let's see, the next option is number. So let's say you want to put numbers. So so that you can copy the same thing, just paste it and change the type to number. And then for the placeholder, I'll say enter your mobile number. I'll save this and then I'll run. So let's say you have the option enter your mobile number. So once I'm typing, nothing comes. Like if I'm trying to type some alphabet, nothing comes. But if I enter the number, you can see. So this especially for numbers. And then the next one we can look at is date. So let's say you want to put date. I'll just break this BR, and then enter this, and then the type will be date. Okay, so I'll just break this also so it doesn't look clumsy. I'll save this. So I'll name this enter date of birth. Then I'll save it, and then so as you can see we have the calendar here, so I can just put in whatever I want, the year and everything. So this is how you enter your dates. And next thing we'll look at is the radio button. So let's say you have option to select you want to give your users the option to select one thing. So maybe like male or female. For that we use something we call radio button. So I'll tell you how that works. So we use the input, okay, then the type will be radio. Okay, so once this is done, I just have to put the name, so the name will be, let's say, for gender. Okay, then I need to add the value, so the value will be male. Okay, and then the next thing I can put is, I'll break this, and then input again, type radio. Okay, so the name has to be the same because we are trying to get the gender for these two. So name will be gender, and then the value we need to change to female, and then I have to close this. Okay, so yeah, just a minute. I think we need to, I'll just save this and then we see how it comes, because we need to add the label. Yeah, as you can see, nothing is here, so we need to add the label to it. So for that we need to put label, so this is for label first, then I need to close it, then I'll put the value inside male, and this is for what? This is for male. Okay, and then I'll copy the same thing, put it here, and then this is for female. What I'll do is I'll break it here so that we can get the difference. I'll save it. Yeah, so you have the option here to select male or female. As you can see, male, female. So this is how you use the radio button. And then the next one is checkbox. So let's say you want your users to select multiple options. So let's say, okay, I'll just break this again. Yeah. So for that we need to use the checkbox here. So input. Okay, the type will be checkbox. Okay, then for that we need to put the value. Let's say this is for cars. You want to give your users the option to select various cars. So I'll just name this BMW. Okay, and then I'll give the value. So first I have to put the name, which is important. So this is BMW, and then I'll use the label, open and close. So for BMW, and then I put in the value here, BMW. I'll break this BR, and then I'll just grab this whole line, copy this, and then paste down. So instead of BMW, I'll just put Benz. So this will change to Benz. And I'll change everything here also to Benz. Yeah, and I'll break it, and I'll put one more option. So I'll just copy and paste. So let's change this to, let's say, Volvo. I'll change to Volvo, and this also will change for the label, Volvo. So I'll save this, go to our page, reload. So we have the options, various options here. I can select more than one. So this is normally used, the checkbox. You use the checkbox if you want to select more than one option, and then you use the radio button if you want to select only one option. So that's how this works. One more thing I'll teach you how to use the drop down list. So let's say for the same option, for drop down list, you need to use the tag select, open and close. Okay, so inside that we need to give like the ID. So we'll be talking about ID and classes once we start our CSS. So let's say this is cars. So what I'll do is I have to now put in the options. So option. So this is supposed to be inside the select tag. Okay, so option, open and close. So inside that I need to put the value. So the value will be The first one is BMW. Okay, and then I'll just put it here, BMW. So I'll grab this, copy this, and then I'll paste the next option. So let's say the value of this will be Benz. Okay, then the last one I have to paste. So change this to Volvo. I'll save this. Go to the page, reload. Just break this so that you can see. Save. Yeah, so you can see we have the drop down, Benz, Volvo. Oh, yeah, I didn't get the spelling well. Volvo. Yeah, so let's move to the next one, which is text area. So let's say you have like if you go to a contact us page and you have the place that you normally type your message. So as for that, the input field is normally big. So what we have to use is text area. So I'll show you how that works. So we need to put in use the tag text area, open and close. So we can put message. So inside this, there are some few attributes we have to use. One is the rows. So the rows will give you to get like the length, I'll say, to get the width of the text area you want. So I'll put this as 10, and then this will give you like the height. Okay, so if I make this 30, then I save, go here, yeah, you can see. So you can put your text inside. So let's say now I want to make this long. As you can see, it's short. So I can increase the row, and let me make it 50. Okay, save it. Yeah, so 1 minute, you just have to increase this also. So I'll make this 60. And then I'll reduce this to like, let's say 30. So you can see how it works. So I can make it 160 if I want to make it a little longer. Yeah, so this is how you work with text area. So the next thing we'll look at is buttons. So I'll break this. Okay, so for that you need to use the tag B button, and then inside type button, and then we put the value here. So let's say submit form. I'll save it, go here. As you can see, we have the button here. So these are few things you can do, few elements of forms we have in forms, few elements. So I'm just going to clear this, everything inside here, And then let's see if we can just build a simple contact us page. So for that, we'll start with the image. I have the image already in the file, so I'll use this search and then banner. And then first of all, I have to I'll just put some style here. Style. Make the width of the form to be 80% of the page. And then I'll just center it to margin 0. Again, you don't have to worry about all these things. Once we start our CSS, you get to know this more. So I'll put the image there. So the image is banner, that. Then I'll close it. Then for the width, I'll just start the image. So it should be 100% of the form, and the height will be auto. So I'll save this, and let's see what we have. Yeah. So 100% style auto. So let's see, margin 0. Save this and see. So the style we have here, margin 0. I'm just trying to center the image on the page, so just 1 minute. We have the width to be 80%. Okay, then we have this as 100% of the page. Height is auto. I think we are missing something here. Just clear this once again. Okay, save this. Okay, this is going out of the page now. So style width should be 100%. Okay, and then the height auto. And just try text align and see when I to center this. Still not centered. So I really don't know what is happening. Margin auto up and down 0. Okay, so what I'll try and do is I'll just put this in a container. So create a new container called div. Cut this, put it inside, and then I'll just grab this whole thing. And then put it inside this. And then let's see. Okay. So I need to now get this out. Copy the same thing, put, and I'll just yeah, let's try this first and see. Still not centered, huh? So I'll clear this. Okay, so seriously don't know what is happening now. Just clear this everything. This is it. I missed the column here. So you really need to pay attention when you are typing your code, because once you miss one thing, it will be very difficult. 100%. And then height should be auto. And I hope this works. Yes. So as you can see, I missed the column here, so it wasn't like styling. So once I bring that, let's enter it. And then the next thing we use is, let's say we need to put the, okay, let's give some title heading. So H2, H3, we would like to hear from you. Okay, then I'll just style this font size. Font size should be 30px. Save this. I'd like to hear from you. And then the next thing we'll do is to put the name. So first let's use label. Okay, label for first name. Okay, close this, and then inside first name, and then we'll use the input tag. So inside this, type, and then text. Okay, then we have the name, which is first name. Okay, then the next thing we'll put here is yeah, I think we are good. So I'll just copy this whole thing, copy, and then I'll come down and paste. Then I'll name this second name. Okay, second name. Change this to second name. Okay, so let's see what we have so far. Yeah, so first name, second name. So I'll just try to make this a little big. So I'll copy this here, just trying to be lazy, and then I'll paste it inside this, copy this, paste inside this, and then I'll reduce the size to 20, and then I'll do the same thing here. I'll reduce this to 20 as well. And then for the input, I think we need to make this also a little big. So I'll make this also 20, and I'll add one more option. So the width should be, let's say, 35%. So I just want to make it a little longer. Then I'll copy the same thing and put it inside the input here. Okay, so I'll save this, and then as you can see here, we have, this is a little big name. I put your name here. second name. And then let's go to the next line. So I'll break this BR. Okay, so let's say we want to put mobile number in the mobile number in the email. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just copy this whole thing here and then come down and then I'll paste it. So for the first one, we'll change this to email. Okay, and then we'll put this enter email, and then the text here, the type will be email. That's one attribute also you can use, and this will be email as well. Okay, then we'll move to the next one. We'll change this to mobile, yeah, and then we'll put this enter mobile number. Then this will be, the type will be number, and we have to change the name also to mobile. So I'll save this, go, reload the page. So you see we have this option, your name, enter your email, and then you have the option to put your mobile number inside. And then let's say we need to create the text area. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Okay, text area, and then what we need to put is the name. So message, then I'll make the role 10, and then the column, make this 50, and I'll try to put a placeholder, so enter your message. So I'll save this, go here. No, it's not coming. So what we'll do is you have to put the value here. Enter your message. Yeah. So we can start this also. Copy this whole thing and paste it inside. Save and reload. Yeah. And then one more thing we can put is the submit button. So let's say button. No, let's use the input and then type submit. Okay, and then the value will be send, and then close this. I have to break this. BR. So let's say I want to give some. I want to start this. Okay, let's save it first and see. Yeah. So I can increase the font size for this also, which is our font size. Font size 25px. Okay. So save this. So this is a little big. So this is just like a simple structure for a contact us page. Once we start doing our CSS, we will be making this, we will make this page look more beautiful than this. So these are few things you can do with forms and some of the elements we have in forms. So in our next tutorial, we'll be starting with CSS, and then we'll learn how to make our web pages more beautiful. So I hope to see you guys in the next lesson. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next lesson as we start with CSS. Bye.